What is up, bros? Me, Josh here, bringing you a video on the brand new German premium Tier 7 battleship, the Scharnhorst. The Scharnhorst, known as the Mini Tirpitz, looks just like the Mini Tirpitz. It's a really actually attractive ship. Very, very fun to play. And the thing I'm most excited for is it's a unique style, a new style to World of Warships on how to play this, because it is a battleship, but it's basically like a battle cruiser. It's fast firing, very agile, very, very fast for a battleship, but it lacks that hard hitting hit for a hit that a battleship can really do. And I'll kind of go over that in a little bit. But this ship is actually a lot of fun to play. I really, really enjoy playing this ship, and I'm really excited for it to come to live server for other people to play it. So let's dive right into it. The Shcarnhorst boasts 56,300 hit points, so right in between the Colorado and the Nagato, rocking armor between 25 and 350 millimeters. So it's actually very armored. This thing was just like the Tirpitz, where it has a very troll citadel. I played around 15 to 20 games the other day in this ship, and I don't know if I really ever got citadeled in it. But it does take the high alpha damage that the Tirpitz does. You hit it in the superstructure, even in the armor belt area. It does take a decent amount of damage, just not those big citadels. So it makes it a fun ship to kind of tank the brawl. It's a very fun brawling ship. Using the torpedoes that it has. This is a really, really cool ship in a unique play style. The one thing I did notice, though, is that its torpedo belt, the protection is very, very low, considered about half of what the Colorado. I think the Colorado is sitting at 39%. So you're going to be taking almost full damage from torpedoes, and that's one thing I really, really noticed, is that torpedoes hurt a lot on this ship. Although it's fun, you can potentially get away. It's really agile. Rudder shift is very good, and but no, that was one of the downsides I did see, was the torpedoes were hitting very hard. But with the secondaries in this ship, you did deal with these destroyers very well. Let's jump in the main bat. Now this is the interesting part. Now the secondaries are really good. Secondary, you can get out to about 6.6, I believe, with all the flags. I'm rocking AFT, so right around 6.3. These things were doing a really, really good job. 6.3 kilometers, that's with AFT and BFT. Did very, very well. But the main thing is the main armament. Now, 283, 3 times 3, 283 millimeter shells. Now, this is the upside and kind of the downside of the ship. This thing was like I said, it's basically a battle cruiser. This thing was an anti-cruiser and anti-DD. With a reload of 20 seconds, it shoots it really, really fast, really, really low trajectory. You can pump out a lot of damage against cruisers and destroyers. You can get those snapshots before one gets around an island. It did an awesome job at that, but going against other battleships, broadside battleships, I think in all of my games, I got maybe 1 or 2 citadels against the battleship. This was kind of that downside. The long range as well. The long range shots didn't seem to hit super hard. Even on some cruisers, though, it's kind of that weak, or that interesting millimeter size shell. I was getting some overpens when I thought it would be a citadel or even a full pen. And battleships, I was just getting a lot of ricochets. I wasn't hitting those citadels. 283, like I said, you are going to just absolutely obliterate cruisers. You're going to do really, really good against destroyers just because of the high rate of fire. But against battleships, that's where you're going to have your weak point. You're not going to be able to get those big citadel hits of, being in a Nagato or a Colorado and catching a battleship broadside and just absolutely punishing them with 1, 2, 3 citadels. This, you're going to have to play it a little bit different. Use your speed, use your agility. This one, I said, it's not that it doesn't hit hard, it doesn't get that big wow hit, but you're going to chunk them down at 4, 5, 6,000 at a time, it seems like. And then don't be afraid to use HE on this ship. It may seem weird. The HE shells they don't hit too much, but the fire chance is pretty high. You can see that the HE is only 3,200. But I was having to rely on that to do consistent damage against an angled battleship, because it would just ricochet everything else. So, kind of the upside and the downside. The main battery seemed good against cruisers, destroyers, and of course aircraft carriers. But battleships was kind of the weak one, where you got to get a little bit creative on how you play it. I tend to get a little aggressive in certain situations too and use the torps. But the main battery with 283, you lose that big wow factor of those big citadel hits. But all in all, I found it really fun. You make up for it with the fast reload of 20-second reload. Really, really fun ship to play, just with its guns. It's very unique. I like this ship a lot. Torpedoes, 2 sets of 3. The one thing is they have a really fast reload at 63 seconds. They're really fast at 64 knots, and they do really, really good damage too. I used these plenty yesterday. because you can accompany that. We'll jump over the A really quick with 30 knots. This thing is so fast. I remember in one clip I was going against like two other cruisers going with. I mean, two other cruisers ended destroying, and I was almost as fast as an Ognivoy. This thing just flies. This is an awesome ship. I mean, it's so fast. You're super agile, and oh, also one thing: the main armament, the turning radius is faster than the Grimyashi. The turrets turn so quick, 22.8 second, 180-degree turn. You can correct. You can turn faster than the ship. Like I said, this is a unique playstyle. I really, really like it. It's basically like a cruiser with battleship armor. It's the battle cruiser. I really do like this style of play. 19.9 kilometer firing range as well, so you can engage stuff pretty far away, and it's also relatively stealthy for its tier as a battleship as well. AA was actually pretty solid. You're rocking AA about, what was it, 5.4 knots or kilometers, so decent AA. The AA rating though, when stuff did get in that range, was actually really good. I was racking up some decent plane kills. I would kind of compare it probably near the Colorado, better than the Legato though. But I did like the AA. It did work in certain situations. Being the new Shcarnhorst, you did get attacked a little bit more by planes. But the AA was good. I just stuck with AA or AFT, and now I have BFT. So with that, I didn't have the manual target or anything, so I didn't really get to test that. So one of the strengths of the ship is actually the maneuverability. The maneuverability of the ship, it's so fast, it's relatively agile. Although it is a longer ship, so the turning radius is a bit lower, but being able to get in and out of situations, I felt, although the rudder shift is like slower than some of the battleships and the turn radius is bigger, I felt like the ship it did really, really well getting in and out of torpedoes. It's very thin. It's not that wide of a battleship, and it did a really, really good job at swinging in and out of torpedoes. It really did a good job at avoiding them, and I felt it was a lot more agile than what these values are telling me. But the 30 knots, I can't get over how fast the ship is. I'm running the detection concealment expert on my captain, so the detection's at 13.1. I thought that was really good. All in all, this ship plays kind of like, it has that Karav feeling to it of it hits hard as a cruiser, but it has a long reload. But it has the armor of the battleship to brawl. So kind of when I was playing it, I would focus on the cruisers. I mean, focus on the cruisers and deal with the battleships later. You're kind of almost like a support. You are that busty cruiser that just absolutely deletes other cruisers, pumps out good damage on stuff, and then goes in for the kill on battleships. And you know, if there's a bunch of cruisers, I actually found the matchmaking on this ship. I don't know if it was just random or what. We only got up tiered a few times out of all the games. I think maybe in 15 games we got up tiered 3 to 4 of those, maybe. So we were playing a lot of lower tier ships, and it just absolutely obliterated. You know, tier 5 cruisers were just getting wiped off the map. So it feels bad, man. But I like this playstyle. It's different. It is a battle cruiser. You fire fast, you fire often, you get in, you get out, you run away from stuff, and then you deal with the big battleships that you have problems dealing with later. You know, you have that ability to then get away, outrun them, go dark, and then all of a sudden you're way the heck over in a different spot, and then they got to deal with it. But I did also use the speed as its advantage when then brawling. You know, mixing the speed and that armor, and then with the torpedoes, it did a really, really good job dealing with a lot of situations that I thought I was absolutely screwed, and actually up-tiering very well. It up-tiered in certain situations. Now, when I say it up-tiers very well, actually I don't think it up-tiers that well against battleships, but I mean with its ability, going against a North Carolina, going against an Amagi, even in Iowa in certain situations, I was able to kind of deal with them a little bit because of the torpedoes. And being able to swing one side, has a great torpedo arc. It has a really, really good torp reload at 68 seconds, like I said. You have that ability to be aggressive, use your torpedoes, as well as taking kind of minimal damage. Now you will, of course, with the higher tier battleships, you will just take a lot of damage from the superstructure, but without being like citadel to death, you tend to have a higher lifespan, you know, with this ship. Now, be careful overextending with this ship. The torpedoes will kind of beat you down. That's one thing that I really, really saw a lot of. Those torpedoes were just really, really hurting this ship. The torpedo belt is kind of minimal, and you can see it right there. But all in all, I really did like this ship. It was very, very addicting to play because it's new. It's a new style of ship to play. But like I said, the strengths, the speed, the reload, the torpedoes, the stealth, the secondaries, basically everything. The weakness is the main armament, the main bat of the smaller caliber shells. You lack that big battleship to battleship hit. Now, going against Colorado, a skilled Colorado range to range will just absolutely beat you down. But if you play it smart and you play it right, you'll obliterate his entire team before he's able to break you down, if that makes any sense, and then have your team kind of help you out. But there is that situation of then you being aggressive and using it and out torping, cruisers, out torping other turpits, stuff with torpedoes, and then just being aggressive and torping the heck out of the battleships that are kind of picking on you. So all in all, guys, I did really like this ship. It was a blast to play. I'm excited about a new class, a new play style coming to the game. I hope this is first of many. Like I said, guys, this is a premium ship, the Tier 7 Scharnhorst, the German battleship. The best part is if you have the turpits already, you can switch your captain over back and forth with no retraining. And I'm excited for this to come to the stores. Do I think this is a buy? I think it is. It's a lot of fun. It's unique. It's fun. Enjoy it, guys, when it does come. This is it from me. Enjoy your guys' games. Good luck out there, and we'll see you next time.